Lily's adventure, overcoming fears and obstacles to achieve your dreams. Once upon a time, in a small village nestled in the heart of a dense forest, lived a young girl named Lily. She was an adventurous and curious child, always eager to explore the world around her. However, Lily had one great fear that held her back, the fear of heights. Every time she looked up at a tall tree or a high hill, her knees would wobble, and her heart would race. Despite this fear, Lily had a big dream. She wanted to climb to the top of the highest mountain in the land and see the world from above. But how could she ever achieve this goal when she was so afraid of heights? One day, Lily decided that it was time to face her fear and overcome the obstacles in her path. And so, her journey began. Lily set out early in the morning, carrying a small backpack with some food, water, and a map. As she walked towards the mountain, she felt her heart racing with excitement and nerves. Her mind was filled with doubts and fears, but she kept reminding herself of her goal. She took deep breaths and focused on the beauty of the forest around her. After walking for a few hours, Lily came across a bridge that stretched over a deep gorge. The bridge was old and rickety, and Lily could feel her fear of heights kicking in. She hesitated for a moment but then reminded herself of her goal and took a step forward. With each step, she felt her fear decreasing, and her confidence growing. Finally, she crossed the bridge, feeling proud of herself for facing her fear. Lily continued walking, and the forest around her started to thin out. She could see the mountain in the distance, towering over everything else. As she got closer, she could see the trail that led to the top. It was steep and winding, with jagged rocks and loose gravel. Lily felt a pang of fear in her chest, but she reminded herself of her goal and started up the trail. As Lily made her way up the trail, the wind began to pick up, and the trees around her started to sway. She could hear the rustling of leaves and the distant sound of thunder. A storm was brewing, and Lily knew she had to hurry if she wanted to reach the summit before it hit. The trail became steeper and more treacherous as she climbed higher. Lily had to use her hands and feet to scramble up the rocks, and she was breathing heavily from the exertion. Her fear of heights started to creep back in, and she could feel her heart racing. She took a moment to sit down and catch her breath, looking out at the view below her. The forest stretched out for miles, and she could see the river winding its way through the valley. She felt a sense of awe and wonder, and it gave her the courage to keep going. Lily pushed herself to keep climbing, her determination growing stronger with each step. She could see the summit now, and it was within reach. She could feel the wind whipping through her hair and the rain starting to fall. She pushed on, feeling the adrenaline pumping through her veins. Finally, she reached the top, panting and out of breath. She looked out at the view around her, feeling a sense of accomplishment and pride. She had faced her fear and overcome the obstacles in her path. As Lily looked out at the stunning view from the summit, she felt a sense of peace and accomplishment. The storm was now raging all around her, but she felt safe and secure at the top of the mountain. She knew that she had overcome her fear of heights and achieved her goal, but she also knew that her journey was not yet complete. Lily sat down on a nearby rock and pulled out her map. She traced her finger along the winding paths and marked her next destination. She had heard of a hidden cave deep in the forest that was said to contain a magical treasure. Lily knew that she had to find this cave and unlock its secrets. With a renewed sense of purpose, Lily set off down the mountain, her heart heart full of hope and determination. She knew that the path ahead would not be easy, but she was ready to face any obstacles that lay in her way. She had overcome her fear of heights, and she was ready for whatever challenge lay ahead. As Lily made her way through the dense forest, she couldn't help but feel a sense of excitement and wonder. She had always loved exploring new places, and the idea of finding a hidden cave filled with treasure was too good to resist. The forest was dark and quiet, with only the occasional rustling of leaves and the chirping of birds breaking the silence. Lily walked on for what felt like hours, following the map and keeping her eyes peeled for any signs of the cave. She started to feel a sense of frustration and fatigue setting in, but she refused to give up. She knew that the cave was out there somewhere, and she was determined to find it. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, Lily spotted a small opening in the side of a rocky cliff. She rushed towards it, her heart pounding with excitement. As she got closer, she could see that the opening was indeed a cave, just as the map had promised. Lily took a deep breath and stepped into the cave. It was dark and musty inside, with a damp, earthy smell. She could hear the sound of dripping water echoing through the cavern. She walked on, her footsteps echoing on the rocky floor. As she made her way deeper into the cave, she started to see flickers of light ahead. She quickened her pace, her heart pounding with anticipation. Finally, she reached the end of the cave and saw the treasure that lay within. Lily's eyes widened in amazement as she beheld the treasure before her. The cave was filled with glittering gems, golden coins, and precious artifacts that sparkled in the flickering torchlight. She couldn't believe her luck. She had actually found the treasure that she had been searching for. Lily moved closer, marveling at the incredible wealth that lay before her. She picked up a shiny gold coin and held it up to the light, admiring the intricate design etched into its surface. She reached out to touch one of the gems, feeling its cool, smooth surface against her fingertips. She felt a sense of wonder and awe, but also a feeling of trepidation. She knew that treasure like this always came with a price. As she looked around the cave, she noticed a small, dark opening in the side of the cavern. It was almost hidden from view, but something about it caught Lily's attention. She felt drawn to it, as though it was calling out to her. She moved closer, her curiosity piqued. As she got closer, she could see that the opening led to another chamber within the cave. She stepped inside and looked around, feeling a sense of foreboding. The chamber was filled with strange symbols and ancient runes etched into the stone walls. She felt a chill run down her spine as she realized that she had stumbled upon something far more mysterious and dangerous than she had ever imagined. Lily knew that she had to be careful. She could feel a dark energy emanating from the chamber, and she knew that she was treading on dangerous ground. But she also felt a sense of excitement and curiosity. She had come this far, and she was determined to uncover the secrets that lay hidden within the cave. As she moved deeper into the chamber, she could hear the sound of whispering voices echoing through the cavern. She couldn't make out what they were saying, but she could feel the sense of unease growing within her. She tried to push aside her fear and focus on the task at hand. She knew that she had come too far to turn back now. Lily continued on, her eyes scanning the chamber for any clues or signs of the treasure she was seeking. She noticed a strange symbol etched into the floor, and she felt a sudden surge of energy as she stepped onto it. She could feel the ground beneath her trembling, and a shaft of light suddenly burst forth from the symbol, illuminating the entire chamber. Lily shielded her eyes from the bright light and looked around in wonder. She could see that the walls of the chamber were covered in ancient hieroglyphics and symbols, and she knew that she had stumbled upon something incredible. She moved closer, her heart racing with excitement, and started to decipher the symbols. She knew that this was her moment. She had overcome her fear of heights, navigated treacherous paths and obstacles, and now, she was about to uncover the secrets of the ancient treasure. As Lily continued to decipher the symbols on the walls, she began to piece together a story of an ancient civilization that had once thrived in this very cave. The symbols told of a powerful artifact that had been hidden away in the depths of the cave, waiting for a worthy adventurer to uncover its secrets. Lily felt a sense of excitement building within her. She knew that this was what she had been searching for all along. But as she looked closer, she realized that there was a catch. The symbols warned of dangerous traps and obstacles that would test the bravery of anyone who sought to claim the artifact. Lily's heart sank as she realized that the adventure was far from over. In fact, it was just beginning. But despite her fear and apprehension, Lily knew that she had come too far to turn back now. She steeled herself for the challenges ahead and continued on, her eyes scanning the walls for any clues that would lead her to the artifact. As she moved deeper into the cave, the air grew thick with the scent of musty earth and the sound of dripping water echoed through the cavern. Lily could feel her heart pounding in her chest as she realized that she was getting closer to the artifact. But she could also feel a sense of trepidation, knowing that danger lurked around every corner. Suddenly, she heard a loud rumbling sound, and the ground beneath her began to shake violently. She stumbled and fell, but quickly picked herself up and continued on. As she rounded a corner, she saw a massive boulder rolling towards her at an alarming speed. She tried to dodge it, but it was too late. The boulder crashed into her, knocking her off her feet. Lily lay on the ground, dazed and in pain. She could feel a sharp ache in her leg, and she knew that she had twisted her ankle in the fall. But despite the pain, she refused to give up. She could see the artifact just up ahead, shimmering in the dim light of the torches. She summoned all her strength and pushed herself up, hobbling towards the prize that she had come so far to claim. Lily could feel the weight of the world on her shoulders as she stumbled towards the artifact. Her heart was pounding with anticipation and fear, but she refused to let it stop her. As she reached out to grasp the artifact, she heard a loud click and suddenly felt a jolt of electricity shoot through her body. She gasped in pain and tried to pull away, but she was held fast by an unseen force. She looked around frantically, trying to find the source of the electricity, but all she could see were the symbols etched into the walls around her. Suddenly, she heard a voice. It was a deep, rumbling voice that seemed to come from the very walls of the cave. Who dares to claim the artifact? The voice boomed. Only the brave and the worthy may claim its power. Lily's heart raced as she realized that she was being tested, not just for her bravery, but for her worthiness. She closed her eyes and took a deep breath, summoning all her courage and conviction. "I am Lily," she said, her voice shaking but determined. "I have come this far to claim the artifact, and I am willing to face any challenge to prove myself worthy." There was a moment of silence, and then the voice spoke again. "Very well," it said. "But be warned, the challenges that lie ahead will test you like never before. Are you sure you are ready to face them?" Lily took another deep breath and nodded. "I am," she said firmly. I am ready to face whatever challenges come my way." And with those words, the electricity dissipated, and Lily felt herself being released from the invisible bonds that had held her. She took a step forward and grasped the artifact, feeling a surge of power and energy course through her body. She knew that she had passed the test, and that she had proven herself to be brave and worthy. But even as she reveled in her victory, she knew that the adventure was far from over. There were still challenges ahead, still obstacles to overcome. But she was ready for them, and she knew that with the artifact by her side, she could face anything that lay ahead. With the artifact in her possession, Lily knew that she had accomplished something truly remarkable. She had faced her fears and overcome countless obstacles to claim the prize that she had been seeking all along. As she made her way back out of the cave, she couldn't help but feel a sense of pride and accomplishment. She had proven to herself that she was capable of more than she ever thought possible, and she knew that the experience would stay with her for the rest of her life. When she emerged from the cave, she saw that the sun was beginning to rise in the sky. She realized that she had been in the cave for hours, and that her parents would be worried sick about her. She smiled to herself, knowing that she had a truly amazing story to tell them. And as she made her way back home, she knew that she would always remember the adventure that had changed her life forever. She knew that no matter what challenges lay ahead, she had the courage and determination to overcome them, thanks to the lessons she had learned on her incredible journey. And so, as Lily lay down to sleep that night, she felt a sense of peace and contentment. She knew that she had faced her fears and emerged victorious, and that nothing would ever be able to stop her from achieving her goals and reaching for the stars. With a smile on her face and the artifact by her side, she closed her eyes and drifted off to sleep, ready to face whatever adventures the future might bring. And so, dear children, Lily's incredible adventure came to an end. She had faced her fears, overcome countless obstacles, and claimed the artifact that she had been seeking all along. But more than that, she had learned an invaluable lesson, that with courage, determination, and a little bit of faith, anything is possible. As you drift off to sleep tonight, remember Lily's story. Remember that no matter how big your fears or how impossible your dreams may seem, you have the power to overcome them. You have the strength and the courage to face any challenge that comes your way, and to achieve anything that you set your mind to. So close your eyes now, dear children, and let the lessons of Lily's incredible journey sink in. Let the power of her story fill you with hope, courage, and determination. And know that no matter what obstacles may lie ahead, you have the power to overcome them and achieve your dreams. Good night, sweet dreams, and may your own incredible journeys be filled with adventure, courage, and joy.